Welcome to the Suspense Squad, where authors interview authors. Today we have my friend, the entertaining Dana Mentink.
Hey, welcome.
Hey, happy to be here.
Dana has two upcoming releases. One is the collection of Dangerous Pursuits and Missing in the Desert. Can you hold the Missing in the Desert up for us? Very nice. Would you read the back cover copy for us?
I sure will. 5 years ago, her sister disappeared. Now someone is coming for her. Who would believe that Maria Castillo's sister, missing and presumed dead, suddenly sent a one-word text? Now Mara wants answers, even if it means stepping into a killer's sights with her brother's best friend, rancher Levi Duke, as her only protection. But with someone who has everything to lose after her, uncovering a long-buried secret could save her life or claim it.
Ooh. Very mysterious. All right, so we have some questions for you today, and we are going to start with the other Dana and let her get started.
Hey, Dana.
Hey.
It's so nice to have you in our little Suspense Squad here. I know that you've got the Dangerous Pursuits coming up, and I was just wondering how the idea for that novella collection came about.
Great minds. That's how it came about. Mary Alford and I don't know if you all know Mary Alford.
I know Mary.
See? We were talking about, wouldn't it be super fun to do a suspense collection, just with like friends and people we know and put that together and just kind of have the freedom to kind of go off in some different directions, but link it thematically. So that's how that kind of got born. And we just sort of acquired, 15 authors that were interested in writing it. So we're super, super excited about that.
Are they short stories, novellas, full length?
20,000 novellas, yeah. Okay. So it's going to be a lot of pages. A lot of digital pages, I guess you could say. But it's really fun. It's really interesting to see how different writers, where their minds go in different directions. That's really fun.
All right, Shannon.
Hi, Dana. We're so glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
My question for you is, I want you to tell us about your hero and heroine in your new book and what you love about them and maybe something that you don't like so much about them.
Well, in Missing in the Desert, let's see, we've got a hero, Levi, who's a horse rancher. And I mean, who doesn't love a cowboy?
Yes.
Let's just be honest right there.
Yeah.
He's a man of very few words. Like he would rather do anything but talk to people. So I guess that's something that would be hard to deal with in real life. But I love him. And he seems to acquire like missing, lost and crippled animals. They all wind up on his ranch and he's always like complaining, what am I doing? Running an animal rescue? But he tenderly takes care of them anyway. So you gotta love Levi. And let's see, Mara is, she's one of these strong people, but she's able to admit when she's wrong, which I think is kind of a nice attribute in a person. She's very smart and business-minded, so she can be a little abrupt sometimes, but I think they balance each other out well. So I think I would like to have lunch with them both,
How did they come together in your story? Like, what's her occupation, or how do they kind of get thrown together?
Oh, well, she is coming to Furnace Falls in Death Valley with her brother. And while they're en route, someone tries to kill them. And so basically this is the solving of the mystery. But she's known Levi since she was a little kid. So she has roots in this area. So I guess she's, and there's the matter of her sister who disappeared in the area and has never been heard from since. So she's kind of have a lot of reasons why things circle around that town per se.
All right, Ginger.
Hi, Dana. I'm glad you're here with us. So my question is the same question I love to ask this question about your writing process. How do you put these books out so fast? Are you a plotter? Are you a pantser? What's going on?
You can't really write for love-inspired suspense and be a pantster. You have to have sold it on a detailed synopsis, right? So it isn't a luxury I have just to make it up as I go along. So you know, and the way I view it is it's like if you run a shoe store, you know, you just show up every day at the shoe store and you work to sell the shoes, whether or not you have, you know, life, interfering. People always ask me that, like, well, how do you write so many books? And I said, well, it's a job, it's a profession, and you do it every day. You don't just show up when you feel like it. So my process is get your tushy in the chair and follow the synopsis that you've already sold. Although that's why I like writing this novella collection, is I can just, you know, sort of feel the wild side of the pants string, you know, looking over my shoulder saying, you didn't follow the synopsis. So that's been very freeing.
Oh, so you're a pantser at heart, huh?
I think I might kind of like that, except sometimes I realize, well, that doesn't make sense at all. And when you write the synopsis, your editor has already told you that doesn't make sense at all. Change it.
True, very true.
Dangerous.
Do you write linear, or do you write in your scenes and then put it together?
Generally linear, although usually I skip to the ending because I have this vision of, oh, the big romantic moment, you know, and then I write that, and then when I get to the end, I realize, well, that isn't that great, so I have to rewrite it, you know. But generally, it's full speed ahead chronologically, you know. Because I can't understand those stories that do like time travel, you know, like now we're back in time and now we're forward in time. I never understand that. And when we watch movies like that, my husband has to constantly explain to me what the heck is going on. So I just don't have a mind like that. I got to just I always start my novels on a Wednesday. So if you read any of my novels, they all start on a Wednesday, and that's how I keep track of the day. So, little insider tip, all Dana Mentink novels Wednesday. So now you know the insider info.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Stephen King does that. You know, I'm sure Nora Roberts does that. I'm sure they all start on a Wednesday, I'm sure.
Sure they do.
All right, Darlene.
Congratulations, Dana, on your upcoming releases.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. So my question to you is, tell us one thing about yourself that we can find on the internet.
Well, my early ambition in life, and I'm not joking, my early ambition when I was in high school was I wanted to be a circus clown. And so I actually, you know, looked into the application process. We're Ringling Brothers, and they have a college, you know, and I actually wanted to be a circus clown for a very long time. So I realized that does not make me look like a professional anything, but that's what I wanted to do. So you probably cannot find that online. I even had a stage name, like Dana Ravioli was my clown name.
I love it.
Oh, I know. I think I could have been good at it, really.
Well, you did teaching.
Yeah.
You were teaching.
Is kind of the same in some ways. You light yourself on fire and string yourself with Christmas lights and hope that they pay attention to you, right? So in some ways it's like performance art. Also.
I had a friend who was a clown. He would paint his face up, but he wouldn't use the white makeup, but he would paint everything else up. Because he said little kids were scared of the white makeup.
Right.
So he would do his eyes and like his cheeks, you know, rosy cheeks, and however they did it.
A nice clown, not a terrifying clown.
He wasn't like it, you know.
Yeah.
He was a nice clown. Yeah.
Yeah. So what made you not be a clown?
Well, you know, I don't see, the problem is I don't like to go places. You know, I'm very home driven. And I finally put it together. You know, Dana, if you're going to be a circus clown, you're going to spend your whole life traveling from place to place to place to place to place. And you don't really like that. So that was a kind of a downer, Debbie Downer. But anyway, I went into teaching, which, as Sammy knows, is kind of a 3-ring circus. So there it is. Next best thing.